I've run into her ex-husband a couple of times. Yes, Meghan's ex. I actually met him face to face. He once mentioned his former wife had been on a show called Suits. At the time, I had no idea what Suits even was, and I certainly didn't know who the woman on it might be. But last night, the internet erupted like a pressure cooker finally blowing its lid, and right at the epicenter of the explosion was Meghan Markle. The reason? Bethenny Frankel. Yes, that Bethenny, the sharp-tongued Real Housewives alum who has never in her life backed away from a microphone. She just stepped forward with a story she claims has been sitting quietly for more than 10 years, involving Meghan's ex-husband Trevor Engelson in a comment so icy, so precise, so loaded that people are still trying to figure out what it really means. Back in the day, Bethenny saw a report in a magazine saying Prince Harry was dating an actress from Suits. She messaged Trevor and asked, "Is this the woman you were married to?" And Trevor responded, "Yep." Bethenny, half joking, half reading between the lines, fired back, "Do you think she's going to seal the deal?" And Trevor's answer came instantly, without hesitation, without cushioning, just 4 words that have now taken on a life of their own. "Oh, she'll close." Not she might, not maybe, not we'll see. No, she'll close. As in, she'll finish what she starts, she'll secure whatever she's aiming for, she'll execute the plan. And the way Bethenny retold it, the pause, the slight smirk, the measured delivery, felt like she was peeling back the curtain on a long-running strategy Meghan had allegedly designed far before Harry ever entered the picture. And when Meghan caught wind of this resurfacing online, insiders say she went into meltdown mode, pacing, shouting into the air, firing off messages demanding explanations, and threatening to clamp down on what she saw as a dangerous lie that could taint her carefully maintained narrative. According to some observers, this hit harder than most criticism because Bethenny is close with people like Lauren Sanchez, and that alone made the whole situation heavier. But to understand why the blow landed with such force, you need the full context. Bethenny revealed that she had once met Trevor through mutual friends, long before royal titles, massive production deals, and global controversies. This was during the era when Meghan was still hustling in Hollywood, attending auditions, walking red carpets hardly anyone cared about, and trying to carve out a name for herself. Bethenny said she and Trevor exchanged messages, flirted a little, tossed around ideas for projects, but nothing serious came of it. Then, months later, she flips open a magazine and sees a photo, Prince Harry with a new girlfriend, an actress from Suits. Something clicked. She texted Trevor. He confirmed it. And then came those 4 words, the words now setting the internet on fire. "Oh, she'll close." What stunned everyone wasn't just the comment itself, but what it implied. Bethenny suggested that Trevor of all people understood Meghan's ambition better than anyone because he lived through those early years. The grind, the networking, the calculated moves, the determination. So when he made that statement, he was speaking from lived experience. And then Bethenny added her own observations, twisting the knife with the unmistakable flair that only someone from reality TV can deliver. She said that Meghan has always tried to juggle multiple identities: humanitarian, Hollywood professional, political thinker, misunderstood victim, fierce powerhouse, elusive mystery, royal icon. And then she said the line so many people have whispered for years: "You can't ride 2 horses at the same time." The timing couldn't have been worse. Coming right after the Kris Jenner birthday fiasco, when Meghan's appearance, rumored requests to remove photos, and awkward interactions had already stirred up chatter. Bethenny framed all of this as part of a much larger pattern. A pattern Trevor recognized long ago. A pattern Bethenny claims she's quietly watched unfold from a distance. A pattern Meghan allegedly did not want dragged back into public view. Bethenny didn't stop there. She told her audience that she had once lost brand deals just for criticizing Meghan before the Oprah interview. She said people warned her not to mention the Duchess by name. She hinted at an intense, defensive reaction from Meghan's camp that painted a picture the public wasn't supposed to see. According to Bethenny, Meghan wasn't just controversial, she was untouchable. Untouchable until now, because this time the commentary didn't come from tabloids or anonymous royal insiders. It came from a woman who knew Trevor personally, who moved in Hollywood circles with influence, and who had zero incentive to step into this mess unless she felt the story deserved daylight. The reaction online was immediate and volcanic. Within minutes, clips of Bethenny saying she'll close blasted across every platform. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. The comments multiplied into the hundreds of thousands. Trevor knew. This explains everything. Meghan's been playing chess from day one. Bethenny just exposed the blueprint. Suddenly the conversation wasn't about racism or palace politics. It was about strategy, intention, motive, and that's the narrative Meghan's team fears most. Because once the public decides someone is calculating, everything they do looks rehearsed. Every laugh looks planned. Every emotional moment looks like a performance meant to sway an audience. And according to fictional insiders floating around online, Meghan quickly entered crisis mode. She allegedly felt betrayed, exposed, and furious that Trevor's name was back in circulation. Furious this came from Bethenny. Furious people believed it. And the most shocking part? Bethenny hinted she has more to say. More stories, more history, more context. If Meghan reacted this strongly to one quote, then whatever comes next could be a tidal wave. Hollywood loves a scandal, and once there's blood in the water, old acquaintances start whispering, former friends start remembering, and little stories start growing into bigger questions. Meanwhile, Bethenny doubled down rather than backing off. She went live again and delivered another dagger, calmly saying she wasn't calling Meghan evil, just pointing out a pattern. The people who get close burn out. The people who resist fade out. And the ones Meghan can't control, she tries to shut down. The internet held its breath. That word close took on a life of its own, morphing into memes, predictions, TikTok explainers, and investigative breakdowns. Meghan's PR team scrambled behind the scenes, urging influencers to stay quiet and warning smaller creators to remove videos. But Bethenny, she posted a selfie with a caption that basically said, "I'm not apologizing." While everyone was watching Bethenny, a shadow figure stepped forward, Trevor. The ex-husband who had avoided this topic for years suddenly appeared online, not speaking but lurking, liking certain posts, showing up in story views tied to Meghan, giving the internet exactly what it needed, a reason to believe he knew more than he ever said. Old rumors resurfaced, stories about the padded envelope and the wedding rings. Tales of being discarded, true or false, they didn't matter, because the internet had already made up its mind. Harry started looking tense and robotic in public, answering a paparazzi question about Bethenny with, "I'm not discussing my marriage," a line that stunned everyone coming from King Overshare himself. Suddenly the whispers sharpened. Was he being silenced? Was the pattern repeating inside their Montecito home? According to this speculative drama's fictional insiders, Meghan's team held emergency meetings trying to figure out how to put the fire out. But they faced an uncomfortable truth. You can't silence someone who enjoys the fight. And you can't stop a story that the internet has decided it wants. While her team scrambled, Bethenny dropped another cryptic line. Some people build their entire image on borrowed royalty, but once the glow fades, the cracks appear. Everyone knew exactly who she meant. By Friday, the situation had evolved beyond a feud. It became a question of whether this was yet another cycle in Meghan's long-criticized pattern. Ex-friends, ex-employees, ex-partners, all sucked into a gravitational field created by four little words, "She'll close Harry." That phrase became a prophecy, a punchline, an omen. And then came the moment that blew everything wide open. Meghan's team fell silent, completely silent, no denials, no statements, nothing. Meanwhile, Bethenny delivered one last hit, "Let the truth sit for a minute. It's loud enough." And it was. Because by then, the real wildcard wasn't Meghan or Bethenny. It was Trevor, the quiet one, the one who had lived the story, the one everyone was now watching. And with millions of eyes glued to the drama, with Meghan's PR machine struggling to keep up, Trevor made a move no one expected. He followed Bethenny Frankel on Instagram. And that single tap didn't just trend.